ski this sucker in. That's the guys we've been looking for this whole time. I knew they were going to be relating to that grass. I figured we could get at least one out of this shallow water. And they're little turds. I mean, you're not going to catch any giants out of here. I think the biggest one I ever caught was about 3 pounds. Especially in the shallow water, they're just going to be little. But pitched in there right in that shady spot. I went back to fishing kind of the shade over there in that sparse grass near that leafy mat. And I'm willing to bet money that he is not the only one back in there. And I don't know if you can see, because this isn't a polarized lens, but you can see all those brim. At least I can see them. There's just hundreds of them. Probably some pumpkin seed mixed in, red ear sunfish and bluegill. There's just a boatload of them right here, so with this clear water, bass are going to be hanging around grabbing a snack when they can. Thought we weren't going to get us another one, and maybe we're not. Oh, please be on there. Well, ain't that a bitch? There he is. Didn't miss you. Kind of funky looking hook set. Little baby. There we go. You stay on there. You stay on there. That's what I like to see. See, that's why I use these flipping hooks. They just go right through the top of the mouth. There's just a straight line, so your guide isn't gonna, or your line tie isn't gonna keep you from getting a good hook set, and it just went right through the top of the mouth, just like you want. Now, I passed over this stretch earlier. I guess I wasn't paying really good attention or something, but I was thinking earlier when I caught my first fish over by that pipe, that clear water was going to be the deal in shade, and now that the sun's almost gone down, I guess these fish are getting a little more active, but I didn't really pay any attention to the fact that over by this grass, it seems to have filtered this water out, and it's more clear than I really thought, and this is the one stretch. This is making my rounds I didn't really focus on. I'm thinking that was, a mistake. I've just got about 5 bites out of here, caught 2 fish, 3, I don't remember. But, I'm starting to get bit here, so I guess the conditions finally got right, or I finally figured out that this is productive water. I figured we'd kind of cover the equipment we're using today a little bit. Just kind of show you what's going on. Starting off with the bait. Got a little Reaction Innovation Smalley Beaver and Magic Cross Swirl Red, something like that. It's a watermelon red on one side, and it's kind of got brown and kind of a blue on the other side. It's a pretty neat color, and I normally don't get all wound up on color because I don't think it makes much of a difference, but this one, color palette similar to what you'd see in a bluegill or a pumpkin seed, little sunfish, or it could pass as a crawl. And these little beaver baits are some of my favorite. I've caught a ton of fish on them, using them as jig trailers. Big time confidence bait for me. I've got it rigged up on a 1/0 Gamakatsu flipping hook. I like those little straight shank flipping hooks for hand-to-hand combat, just because I seem to get really good hookups with them. Don't lose too many fish. Got a little 3/8 ounce lead sinker. At the moment I'm too broke to spring for tungsten. And I've got it pegged here. I've just got a little bobber stop pegged. That way, I have a little bit more control over the action when I flip it in there. And I'm more connected with my bait. I'm going to the line. On this particular setup, I've got 17-pound Seaguar Red Label. It's a fluorocarbon line. It's been really good for me. It's kind of their budget line, but has really good knot strength. I haven't had any of the breaking issues that some guys have had with fluorocarbon on the 17-pound or 15 or 20 or whatever Seaguar Red Label, so I've been really happy with it. I'm going to continue to use that for a while. Moving on to the hardware, I picked up this 13 Fishing Omen Black kind of when 13 was new, before they had got a reputation as being a really good economy rod, and I've been really happy with it. It's pretty for a $100 or $110 rod. It's extremely sensitive. It has a good moderate action on the tip, so it's not stiff like a Veritas or a carrot stick. A little stiffer than a lot of rods out there, but it's still a good stick, and I've been really happy with it. The cork here is a little thin because I got big hands, but I can work with it. And then the reel here, got a Quantum PT Energy, kind of the older one with the oil slick accents on it. I think it's a PT Energy 6 or something like that. I've got it in the 7.0 to 1, which is pretty standard for my plastics. I generally work my plastics with the rod rather than with the reel, so I want to be able to take up that line to get a good hook set as much as I can. So I'll always run a high-speed reel on my plastics rods. It's been a good durable reel. Casting is excellent on it. I'm pretty happy with this whole setup. I use a lot, and it's just what we were using today.